Got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. I'm just joking. I love the Conservative Twins. Watch their videos all the time. Greatest intro ever.
Yep.
Anyway,
Cool.
so we've watched Conservative Twins and Officer Tatum and Heavy Duty Country and Coleon Noir, and it made us think we should start our own channel and react to different stuff, because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world today.
Yeah, when you start talking back to the TV, you kind of feel like you want your voice heard, you want to express yourself, and so here we are.
So today we're going to be reacting to Officer Tatum, reacting to The View, reacting to Jason Aldean.
Yeah. So if you follow that,
Officer Tatum, we're reacting to Officer Tatum, reacting to The View, reacting to Jason Aldean's song "Try That in a Small Town."
Yep.
So I guess get right to it.
Let's just get to it.
Nope, I see it gets dumb right out the gate. I see Sonny hosting.
Unfortunately, this became the #1 song on U.S. iTunes. We have a problem in this country about race, and the biggest problem is we refuse to admit that it exists.
AdamStore.com. Link is in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you'll subscribe to my channel. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, I made a video about Jason Aldean, and it's obviously going kind of quasi-viral on my YouTube channel. But you know that the cackling hens on The View cannot go without making this about race.
Because they race.
If you haven't watched the Jason Aldean song, and I'm going to play the clip from McScrugles, them on The View. If you haven't watched the song, it's called "In This Small Town," or like "Try This in This Small Town," or "Try That in a Small Town." And it's literally bringing up the violence that we saw in 2020, the bludgeoning of cops, robbery, stealing, thugging, looting, and all of those things we see pervasive in big cities.
Like it
where listen, man, you cannot deny that people were afraid. Gun sales in America in 2020 went up astronomically. You can't deny that there was a lot of things that were happening, and big cities weren't doing anything about it. People were just burning the city down. They weren't enforcing anything. But Jason Aldean comes up with a song that says, "Try that in a small town," which everybody with a connected brainstem know that is true. You go to a small town in Texas, and you think you're gonna go burn down the stores because you mad at something. But listen to these cackling hens try to justify or create a racial tension situation out of absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It literally makes me just infuriated at how.
Okay. So I agree with Officer Tatum here, because we are from a small town.
Yeah, matter of fact, we're from the same small town that Jason Aldean's from.
Exactly.
We're from Macon. I mean, we're technically from the country part of Macon, which is a different county, but we have Macon addresses.
Yeah, and that's how Jason is as well. You know,
he's from the same place we are.
Small town. You still have the Macon address, so it holds. Anyway, let's just let this speak for itself.
Yeah,
how silly these women are.
It is.
It makes me infuriated. But listen to the clip, and then I'm gonna give my 2 cents as we go on. Roll the clip.
Listen, there are lyrics in the song, and I think, he talks about life in a small town, and it's different, and he shows these images. He's got folks from the Black Lives Matter movement. And he's talking about people taking care of each other. And I find it so interesting that never occurred to Jason or the writers that that's what these folks were doing.
Yeah, right.
What?
I'm with Officer Tatum. What?
That's what listen, Jason Aldean is playing video footage of crimes. They're burning buildings. They're spitting in the face of police officers. People are getting robbed. Are you really that stupid
Yes,
to
she
say
is.
that what they were doing in the video that Jason Aldean was playing, not what you think that was representing, but the actual footage? You're saying that's consistent with small town behavior?
They were taking care of the people in their town.
Okay. He's right. He showed actual news footage of what was happening. And
Well, my thing is they saying that it's racist, and I mean, you look at that, them people about to square off against the police, them are all white people.
yep.
I guarantee you wasn't none of them people right there from that neighborhood probably. They probably lived somewhere else, got bussed in, and probably went and said, you know what, let's go burn this place down, guys. Come on, woo, Black Lives Matter. And then when everything was burnt down, they went back home. They didn't burn their neighborhood down.
And the last time I looked, it was the right to peaceful protest.
Peaceful.
Nothing about any of that was peaceful.
Yeah.
So
Burning stuff, looting stores, and spitting on pop five with the police. There ain't nothing peaceful about that.
yeah, and I bet half of them was there just because
They just want to start some crap.
they just wanted to do something.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, no time at all.
Because they didn't like what they saw. Just
Hold on, I can't. Oh, Jesus. They were taking care of people in their town. No, they were busting these people in to another city to burn it down.
Exactly.
They are withdrawing businesses from communities because people were there acting a fool, looting, killing, stealing, thugging. It wasn't their town. You can see any news clip. They're saying these people ain't even from here. They busting these people in and they're causing violence and leaving. Roll the clip.
like you talk about people taking care of each other in small towns. We do the same thing in big towns. You just have to realize that when you make it about Black Lives Matter, people kind of say, well, are you talking about black people? What are you talking about here?
He didn't say not one thing about Black Lives Matter. I don't even think there was a Black Lives Matter sign.
I keep feeling dumb.
It wasn't even Black Lives Matter sign, I don't think, in his music video. They're projecting. They know who was cutting up, and they're projecting.
Of each other, then it shouldn't be about Black Lives Matter. You should be able to show all the different things that have gone on in our country where people stood up and said no more. We do the same thing that small towns do. That's my 2 cents to that.
I'm actually not going to give.
All right, it's going to get stupider. I just want you to know, if your IQ is already struggling, you finna lose a couple points on
My
this.
IQ points is
I agree. Let's just roll it.
let's listen
You're going
to
to
this
turn
idiot.
into a Neanderthal listening to this fool. But just know that's what's going to happen.
Him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm pleased that you are, and
Well,
I'm pleased that you
do
are.
agree that he should be allowed to say whatever he
Because
wants.
as a lawyer, when I put my legal hat on,
Yeah, okay.
I don't believe in censorship.
Right.
However,
Yeah,
this
she's a
man is
lawyer.
from Macon, Georgia. My father's from
wouldn't never
Augusta,
get
Georgia,
that.
and Macon, Georgia. I spent many summers there. Yeah, both. I spent many summers there. It is one of the most racist places in this country.
All right.
You know how
Go ahead and pause it there.
Yeah.
I'm from Georgia. I lived in Macon, Georgia, 21 years. You lived there 20. Was anybody ever racist to you?
No.
I never had nobody call me a honky or a cracker or nothing like that.
No.
And I don't ever remember anybody calling any black people the N-word down there. And it's pretty diverse down there. And actually, black people are the mass majority. I think it's 54% black, 38% white.
No.
And it's not like what she said. She said she spent the summer down there. We spent 365 days a year down there
Exactly.
for 21 years.
So
And I guarantee you, she's a lawyer. I guarantee you, she don't know nothing about no racism because she probably lived up on the country club side of town up there.
probably so.
She lived up there probably in a gated community. Well, I ain't going to say she went to a private school there. She said she only stayed the summers there.
Yeah.
She probably hung around the country club swimming pool wearing her duck heads or her damn guest pants or something.
So, Sonny, get your facts right before you start
Get your
talking
facts.
about
And
a
hell-
whole city of people.
And hell, she ain't black. There's some white. There's some white there's some white in that tree somewhere.
Has to be.
That family tree's got a white person in there somewhere. She ain't black.
That's-
Nah. Go ahead.
How inflammatory that is. Macon, Georgia, and Augusta is the most racist place. Do you know how inflammatory that is? Stevie Wonder can see that it's probably bullcrap. I feel like I want to just fly there and go in the community and see how racist it is. Probably ain't racist whatsoever, but that's what these cackling hens do. And just imagine how hurt they would feel if they said Chicago is the most ghetto place because all these black people there, if they didn't destroy Chicago and it's ghetto. Everywhere where black people are at the most ghetto places ever. A white person say that, she'll fall out this chair and cry. But it's okay to paint an entire city, an entire small town of everybody being racist.
That's mostly black.
So don't tell me that he knew nothing.
And this lady got to be 50. So she's talking about 30 years ago.
About what that imagery meant and what he. So I don't give him the benefit.
But I'm saying, along with him, more people should also.
Look at this idiot. Along with him, everybody else. You're a coward. You're a straight coward.
The other thing is that what was evoked for me, which was, you're not going to get out of this town, are those sundown.
Yeah, don't let the sun
areas
go.
Oh, hell. There they go.
What do you know about a sundown town, Sonny? Come on.
I guarantee you, her and Whoopi Goldberg gonna sit up there and do that race baiting stuff and talk about sundown. They don't know nothing about it. I bet you they never one of them ever even seen a sundown. The only thing they know about a sundown town is what somebody told them or what they read.
Honey, Whoopi, you might have been in the color purple, but you ain't the color purple, okay? You just ain't.
Yeah, she ain't never lived that life.
I ain't never had
Oh man, and this right here, Sonny hosting. I guarantee you, she probably ain't never been around regular people. That joker right there probably come up in the country club and everything else.
They probably think sundown towns still exist, or try to portray the narrative that they still exist.
Well, you know what it really boils down to. And they don't want to say it because they piss a bunch of people off. They think that everybody from the South is stupid and everybody from the South is racist. And she's got some white hanging out in her family tree. There's a white person swinging in that tree somewhere. Gotta be. Look at her complexion. She is way too light skinned to be full on black.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's got white hair.
Go down on
because
your ass.
There were times when black people. My mother's in the audience today. Thank you for coming.
She ain't black.
Is that her mama?
Okay.
That's her mama.
That lady,
your
the
mother
white lady?
Yes.
Told you there was a white person in that tree somewhere.
She's not even from Georgia. She said her father was. Probably before he met her mama.
Hell, her mama probably done it too. She was sitting right here.
And my mother and father, because.
And her son goes to Harvard, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or one of these Ivy League schools.
Okay.
But she won't take him out of there because the white people. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, man. White people bad. Let's put them in a all white school.
They were an interracial couple, were run out of South Carolina by the KKK.
So,
please tell me what that has to do with Jason Aldean's video.
And nothing that I know of. He didn't say nothing about the KKK.
But let's bring all of this.
You know, and you know what? In his song, I never heard the words white. I never heard the words black. I never heard the word sundown town. I never heard the word lynch. I never heard KKK.
No, sure didn't. So
race baiting.
Gasoline throwers.
Let's get the black people riled up. Let's get the liberal whites.
But I think that I think black people are seeing through what they're trying to spin here.
I've seen quite a few videos where conservative African Americans don't see nothing wrong with the song. And anybody with an open mind that listens to the song can tell it's not racist. But see, they get paid to race bait.
Yeah, and I just wonder how many people have actually listened to the song or watched the video, or if they just hear this.
Everybody on that panel gets paid to push the liberal agenda. Mm-hmm. It's like, listen here, we're going to give you lots of money to stand up here and say something really stupid. Just take our money and say our stupid shit.
Exactly.
Augusta, Georgia, and whatever other place in Georgia is where she said is the most racist place on earth. But then she's talking about her dad was run in the Carolinas. Lady, make your mind up. Make your mind up.
Because she's lying.
You talking about Georgia, now you talking about somewhere
She's
else.
too busy trying to make everybody else's mind up.
And my father is still scarred from that experience, and you are still scarred from that experience.
Because your father's a coward. That's why he's still scarred from that experience. 50 years ago, he's still crying because a white man ran him out of the city. Shut up.
So
We're
don't
all
tell.
still scarred from that experience.
No, Whoopi Goldberg.
Shut the front door.
She don't know nothing about it. She was
Clarence
married to
Thomas
a
don't
white
give a
man
about what
and
y'all
dated,
talking
oh,
about.
what's his
He
name from
married to a
Cheers?
white woman.
Ted Danson.
Yeah.
All these people. I think
They so
what's
scarred
her
by the
name?
white
Sonny
man.
Hostin. She got a kid with a white man? Look it up real quick. Sonny Hostin. Oh, we all scarred. My mama's still scarred from what the white man did. And they be marrying white people. We already know Lori Dirtyfoot married to a white woman. Don Lemon married to a white man. I don't even call it marriage. They're in a civil
But
union.
the white man so
you want to go down the list?
Yeah.
oh, the white
So
man.
Whoopi Goldberg's first husband was white.
I'll be curious to see what
She
neighborhood.
talking about she's scarred.
Whoopi
What
lives
about
I bet
Sonny
she lives
Hostin?
in
He
all
mixed.
white neighborhood.
He ain't even all the way. He mixed with something.
Sonny Hostin
She
lives
can't even
in
get an
all white
all black man. She
neighborhood.
got to get a mixed dude. Talking about she's scared of the white man. I bet his parents
Yeah.
are white.
Tell Sonny
One of his
Hostin to
parents
go
is white.
live in
All right, come on. Let's
Watts,
keep talking.
California, somewhere
We
like
scared.
that.
We still scarred, but y'all marrying white people.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
have them.
Shut the
No, they
front
wouldn't
door.
have them.
Don't tell me that not only was he aware of what he was doing by using that imagery, he embraces
How do you
that
know
imagery.
what
And
was going through his
unfortunately,
mind?
this became the number one song on US iTunes.
And if you want to know the truth, y'all made it the number one song on iTunes.
It sure did. You know what, man? I tell you what. In my opinion, anybody that watches The View and agrees with their view
Mm-hmm.
has an IQ lower than amphibian shit,
Yeah.
which is really low considering that a frog drags his ass across the ground when he walks. Now, if he hops, he comes off the ground, but if he just regular walks, his
Yeah.
ass drags the ground. So that means they got a pretty low IQ. Sonny, I can't believe she's a lawyer. She said that, I about fell out in the damn
Well, you know
floor.
what? I think that's where some of maybe like some book smarts comes in. But this is showing all common sense just went out the window somewhere.
Yeah.
Because
No,
this makes
'cause-
literally no sense.
Because the choices that they made in life don't reflect what they're sitting here saying.
Mm-mm.
Whoopi Goldberg married to a white man, dated, what's the name from Cheers?
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson. She sent her son to a school that's probably, I'm going to say, probably 97% white.
Probably.
What they sitting here saying don't equate to what they do in real life.
No.
If the white man's so bad, what are you doing marrying white men? What are you doing dating white men? What are you doing sending your kid to all white school?
It's good
Just
for
like-
me and not for thee. Or
Just
it's-
like Officer Tatum said, why ain't you sending him to a historically black college? Why didn't he go to Morehouse or somewhere like that? Why is he?
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
We have a problem in this country about race, and the biggest problem is we refuse to admit that it exists.
Well, don't you think that
That's the biggest
a lot of this big
That's
city,
fine.
small town
We do got a problem with race in this country. We got a big ass problem with race in this country. You know what it is?
What?
People like Sonny Hostin, Joy Behar, and Whoopi Goldberg. People like that. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, race baiters from way back. Made millions off of race baiting.
Yeah.
These jokers right here doing the same thing. Keeping crap stirred up and keeping white people and black people divided one against the other. Because as long as they can do that, the people united are strong. The people divided, not as strong.
Right.
That's what it is. And dude, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. That's how, I mean, go back to the Nazis. The Nazis, that's how they done it. They just crept their way in. And what people don't ever think about, like with the Nazis, they think about them in going into France and Poland and all that stuff. The Nazis invaded Germany first. They come in, they took the guns away from the people, then they divided them by the way they looked, by their religion. And that's exactly what these people right here would like to see happen. That's exactly. They're Nazis. In my opinion. Go ahead.
business is racist, is about race. The cities have
Yes,
more black
of course
people than
it
the
is.
small
Well,
towns.
it-
No
it
reason
did
to
invoke
separate
race.
big city people from small town
None.
people. That to me is the divisive part of this.
I can't take it. I can't take
I can't
it.
either,
I
Officer
can't. These
Tatum.
people are so stupid. I can't take it. Now, Jason Aldean, whom I met, and Candace Owens, and like Jason Aldean's wife and Candace Owens are incredibly good friends. What the are y'all talking about? If the man was a racist and he wanna do imagery of black and brown bodies and looting and shooting and stealing and dealing, why is Candace Owens one of his best friends?
That's
She
true.
black.
Yep.
Racist people. If he was racist, he wouldn't line a black person in his
premiere
house.
of her documentary about Black Lives Matter. He there.
And he sure wouldn't show up to her event.
But they racist. You know, I want to
Candace
scream.
Owens was wearing a Jason Aldean t-shirt not too long ago.
Like I can't take
So obviously,
it.
she must not think he's a racist.
No, she
Jason
don't.
Aldean ain't a racist. And in the stupid little minds of these people, everybody ain't thinking about race. The man went to a small town. The man lived in a small town.
Pause it. So we're from the same small town as him.
Yeah.
And that song was talking about how you take care of your neighbor, how you look out for other people. And that didn't come with with an asterisk, color dependent, color pendant or whatever you want to call it. It didn't matter if your neighbor was black, if your neighbor was white, if your neighbor was Asian or Hispanic. That didn't matter. Right. You look after your neighbor looks after you. You look after elderly people. You look after the sickly people. You look after veterans. Color don't matter. Let's just get that straight. I'm from the South. I'm straight up Southern. Straight up and down. No two ways about it. Born in Georgia. Lived almost my whole adult life except for the last 6 years in Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm 44 years old. Lived in Georgia for 38 out of 44 years. I never had anybody be racist towards me. And I've never seen nobody else be racist towards a white person be racist towards a black person. I've never had a black person be racist towards me.
No.
Point blank. They try to divide us. It's just division. That's all it boils down to. Push an agenda. Go ahead.
Push an agenda.
Y'all talking about he referring to Black Lives Matter. Y'all done made Black Lives Matter worse than what it is because, well, no, I ain't made it worse. But y'all are alluding to it being worse than what you're trying to portray. He showed clips of violence and stupidity and all these things that people shouldn't have been doing. That's not protest, that's violence.
Exactly.
And y'all saying
and
he
the
talking
thing
about Black
about it is
Lives Matter.
half of the people are white in the
gotta
video.
be the stupidest women on
doing
planet Earth.
Doing the stupid
has
stuff.
To be. You have to be. You have to be the most intellectually dishonest people on planet Earth. There's nobody more dishonest than these women. I cannot stand when black people start talking about white people and they married to them. You want to skip over your white man and his family, but the white man is bad. Your kid don't go to an HBCU. Your kid go to Harvard, nothing but white people. And you want to kind of skip over that experience. Just stupid to me. Maybe it's Harvard. Go to Harvard. None but white people. Why didn't you go to HBCU? All right, I know why he didn't go to HBCU. Anyway, I'm done talking about this. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Officer Tatum's 100% right about everything he said. I agree with him 100%. Officer Tatum is spot on, as normal. So, guys, what do you think? Leave your comments below. I put what I thought out there. That's, like I said, it's just my opinion.
Yep, and as long as you put your, you can leave your comments. Just be respectful to each other. And, but yeah, we just wanted to give our 2 cents on the Jason Aldean, but really the View situation and what they had to say about it.
And guys, if you haven't, go over and check out the Officer Tatum on YouTube. Great show. I always watch his videos, love his videos. One of the smartest people that you'll see out there putting videos out. I mean, he looks at it from all the way around, not just the one side of view, or not even like a what is it, left, right, wing, right. Just from a common sense point of view. It's common sense. So check out Officer Tatum.
He'll be linked below.
And I started out the video with the conservative twins.
They'll be linked below as
if you
well.
like, if you're a conservative and you want to get you a good laugh, watch the conservative twins.
Yeah.
Love watching their show too.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to us because we'll be doing a lot more reaction videos. We're going to cover everything. We'll do some fun stuff and some serious stuff, but that's where we are. So we hope you enjoyed us.
That was a damn good show.
Damn good show.
Just mess with you guys. Love your intro.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.